Hello and hi to everyone. Today our group will be presenting about market equilibrium in internet, seasonal fruits, ride-hailing service and concert ticket result. So before we start with our presentations, I would like to introduce our group members. First we have Maria Arisa, Najwa Amani, Karnisa and Nur Atira Shafika.
Today, we will begin by exploring what is market equilibrium. Market equilibrium occurs when the quantity of a good or service demanded by consumers equals to the quantity supplied by producer. At this point, the market reaches a stable balance, determining the equilibrium price and quantity. However, this balance is dynamic. If demand rises while supply remains unchanged, price tend to increase until a new equilibrium is achieved. Conversely, if supply grows without a corresponding rise in demand, price typically fall to encourage consumption. Ride-hailing platforms have transformed urban transportation in Malaysia since their introduction in 2012. Leading services like Grab and Bolt have become essential mobility solutions, especially in high-density urban centers, including Klang Valley, Johor Bahru, and Penang. These platforms have effectively enhanced our traditional public transport system. Malaysia recently faced a supply-demand imbalance, which demand for e-hailing soared, but fewer drivers were available. This results in fare surge during peak hours and weekends, as well as longer wait times, as reported by the Malaysian Reserve and the channel News Asia. Grab Malaysia highlighted how driver shortage exacerbated this imbalance. This mirrors our earlier point. When demand exceeds supply, price rise until equilibrium is restored. Now, let's see what influenced the demand of ride-hailing services. First, consumer preference. The shift toward digital convenience that use cashless payment and app-based booking has pushed the growth of ride-hailing usage. Next, demand for ride-hailing isn't constant. It spikes during rainy weather, late nights, or after work hours when people seek shelter or face limited public transport options. This short-term surge often leads to the increase in price due to demand-supply imbalance. Demand also depends on population density and urbanization. Urban areas like Kuala Lumpur see higher demand due to concentrated populations. More users shift the demand curve rightward, pushing price up. Lastly, fare sensitivity. Consumers are price sensitive. Surge pricing during peak hours can deter low-income users who may opt for alternatives like public transport. On the other side, supply is driven by fuel prices and operating costs. Higher fuel costs or maintenance expenses reduce driver profitability, leading fewer drivers to stay active. For example, a spike in petrol prices could shrink supply overnight. Next is driver availability. Supply fluctuates daily due to weather, holidays, or events. During festive seasons like Hari Raya or Chinese New Year, fewer drivers are on the road, causing temporary shortage.
Next is the market equilibrium in ticket resale market. First, let us know what is ticket reselling. Ticket reselling is the process of purchasing tickets from primary sources, from promoters, and selling them at high prices in secondary markets. This often happens in events like sport games and concerts. So seller will sell ticket at asking prices and buyer will choose whether to purchase at that price. If tickets don't sell, seller will lower the price, and if ticket sells too quickly, seller will raise the price. Market equilibrium happens when resale price settles where quantity demanded is equal to quantity of ticket supplied. Let us see real events that already happened that illustrate market equilibrium. In 2022 and 2023, both tickets for Blackpink's and Taylor Swift concert were sold out as soon as they were released. This is mainly because both the artists have huge fan base, and this indicates the quantity demanded exceeds the quantity supplied, hence leads to massive scarcity. The price rise up to 10 times original price in secondary markets. For example, ticket for Taylor Swift concert will resell up to 3,000 Singapore dollars. The price will continue rising until it reaches new equilibrium prices, where price willing buyers willing to pay match price willing seller willing to sell, as reported by the Star and Juice in their reports. Moving on to determinant of demand for concert ticket results. Why fans want to buy resale tickets? First is because popularity of artists. As popularity increases, demand for tickets also increase. Fans willing to pay more than original tickets as long as they get the tickets they want. As popularity increases, more people want tickets at any given price, causing the demand curve shift to the right. Second is income level of buyers. Fans with higher disposable incomes are more willing and able to buy tickets even at higher resale prices. They can afford more expensive tickets. As income increase, demand curve shift to the right because more people can afford tickets. Last but not least is substitute events. Lack of similar concerts in Malaysia reduce alternative or substitute, hence increasing demand for this event because very few of other overseas artists schedule concerts in Malaysia around the same time. Lower substitutes cause the demand curve shift to the right. Last but not least is determinant of supply for concert ticket resale. Why tickets available for resale? First, schedule change. Some buyers who originally bought them choose to resell their tickets due to unforeseen circumstances like work commitments and emergencies, which add to unexpected supply to the resale market. The supply curve will shift to the right because more tickets become available, especially close to the concert date. Second, scalping and speculation. Some organizations of individuals, or also known as scalpers, buy large quantities of tickets with the intent to resell for profits. So the supply curve will also shift to the right.
Hi, my name is Nadia Shafika. I'll be presenting about the internet market in Malaysia. We start with market equilibrium, which occurs when internet supply meets consumer demand at a stable price. In Malaysia, this balance is essential due to the increasing need for internet access in areas like e-commerce, remote work and online learning. Major internet providers like Telekom Malaysia, Maxis, Celcom Digi and Time operate within a regulated market monitored by the Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission, which is also called MCMC. This ensures fair pricing and continuous infrastructure development. Government initiatives also aim to increase access in undeserved areas. In short, when supply and demands are balanced, the outcome is affordable, reliable internet for all Malaysians. Now, let's take a closer look at the internet demand in Malaysia, which has grown rapidly in recent years. One key factor is in the rising in bandwidth usage. Malaysians are consuming more data through video streaming, cloud computing, online gaming, and virtual meetings, especially with the shift to hybrid and remote work setups. This trend is seen across both personal and professional use. Secondly, there has been a major expansion of e-commerce and digital services. This includes activities like online shopping, digital banking, and food delivery, especially in urban areas. The rise of the digital company and lifestyle changes in another contributing factor. People now rely on internet connectivity for things like cashless payment, smart home devices, and digital entertainment. This has transformed internet access from a luxury into a basic daily necessity. What's more, demand is not just rising among working adults, but also among students, senior citizens, and even rural communities who are gaining better access to virtual services such as telehealth, online education, and social media. Altogether, these trends show that internet demands in Malaysia is being driven by both technological growth and changing consumer behavior. Finally, to meet these rising demands, the government and private sector are working to strengthen internet supply. The main effort is the Jendela initiative, which focuses on expanding 4G coverage, retiring all 3G networks, and building a national foundation for 5G. This supports faster and more stable internet access throughout the country. In addition, fixed broadband growth is being driven by the need for high-speed internet at home and in business settings. Consumers are subscribing to more reliable plans thanks to improved coverage, lower prices, and various government incentives. The MCMC also plays a key role by implementing regulatory reforms. These reforms aim to make internet services more affordable and accessible. In fact, there are plans to introduce cheaper broadband packages after September this year. In conclusion, achieving market equilibrium in the internet sector requires a balanced approach, which is increasing supply through infrastructure and regulation, while supporting growing demand from digital transformation. This ensures that Malaysians from all walks of life have access to affordable, reliable internet. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Maria Arisa, and now I'm going to be explaining the last part of our presentation, which is on market equilibrium in tropical fruits. Market equilibrium of tropical fruits occurs when the quantity demand of fruits is equal to the quantity supply of fruits at a specific price. The equilibrium tends to shift throughout the year that will affect the demand and supply of fruits. Tropical fruits such as durian, papayas, bananas are fruits that are usually highly demanded by buyers here in Malaysia, but various factors can sometimes prevent supply from meeting the demand. Moving on, the real-world example of Malaysia's tropical fruit market that I chose was based on an article written by Khoo Get San. According to the graph provided by Agriculture Department, we can see that there is an increment on the production of rambutan, papaya, and bananas, while there is a decrease in production of mangoes and mangosteen. This affects the supply that sellers are willing to provide for buyers. Based on the article written by Khoo Get San, published by The Star, some of the reasons affecting the production and cause an increase in price of these fruits are operational costs, limited agricultural land, and also seasonality of fruits. According to the same article, it is stated that farmers would only grow papayas if there is a market demand. The prices are also based on market demand. There are a few factors affecting buyers' demand, including consumers' preference, price of fruits, and also cultural events. There are three major factors or determinants of demand affecting the market equilibrium. First, we have consumers' preference. Consumers that are health conscious tend to prefer fruits that are high in fiber, such as papayas and bananas, creating a demand in these fruits. Next, we have cultural events. Festivals such as Eid, Ramadan, Deepavali, and Chinese New Year causes fruits to be in high demand, influencing their market price. Lastly, we have price of fruits. During peak seasons, price of fruits decreases that causes an increase in demand of fruits. Meanwhile, during off-season, fruits are pricier, which causes the decrease in demand. Lastly, I'm going to be explaining on the determinant of supply affecting market equilibrium. First are the operational costs. Fruits such as mangosteen primarily grows on hills, therefore it requires more manual labor. Hence, operational costs increase because of labor wages, transportation and logistics, and maintenance of the equipment. Next, the seasonality of the fruits. Fruits are highly dependent on its growing seasons, which makes the production increase during peak seasons. Usually in Malaysia, the peak seasons are between June and August, and the off-season is between October to December. During the peak season, market might experience oversupply where the prices are lowered. Last, we have is limited agricultural land. Due to the rapid urban development, there would be limited land to harvest fruits. Less area of land for fruits would lessen the total production of fruits. Hence, the supply curve is affected.